Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I thought I would share with you brand new palettes. Why am I looking up? Today I thought I would share with you brand new palettes that are hot off the press. Some are brand new as of like this week, and others might be a little bit older, maybe a couple months old, even last year, I don't know. But these are amazing products that I love. I think these palettes are totally worth the money. So the very first one I want to talk about is the Sephora Pro palette. I am a warm girl, so I wanted to get the warm palette. And this is like pretty heavy. So the packaging is really nice. It comes with a couple of pamphlets on the inside to kind of show you different ways that you can use the palette, different looks. I thought that was kind of a nice touch if you're at a loss for a look. And then when you open it up, that's what it looks like. And it comes with a detachable like slide in here that says all of the names of the shades, which might be kind of confusing. Well, maybe not. Now I gravitate more towards the warm side of the color wheel, as of I think most of us do. It's such a good option for less than $100 if you are wanting something similar to the Sunset palette. So you can tell that it's got very, very similar shades in there. I mean, I swear by this one, but if you don't want to spend the money on that, I totally get it. So the first row is Canvas, Canvas and Oak, Biscotti, Camel, Ochre, which is a really bright yellow shade, Saddle, and Auburn. And then the second row, the first shade is Sand, and then Brass, Clay, Copper, Bronze, Adobe, and Sandstone. Adobe's really pretty. I really like those terracotta peachy shades. Oh yes. I do feel like this palette is a little bit drier when you swatch it than the Sunset palette. The Sunset palette is just a little bit creamier. The third row is Hazelnut, Khaki, Peach, Brick, Terracotta, Burnt Umber, and Chestnut. Chestnut's one of my favorites because it has this taupey purple undertone. Last row is Brown Sugar, Caramel, Sepia, Coconut Shell, Cocoa, Cedar, and Obsidian. I think I said that right. This palette is overall really nice. There's a dryness to it when you swatch it, but then, I mean, it applies pretty nicely. So I think this is such a good option. I've always felt like the Sephora brand is somewhat of an underdog. They have really good diamonds in the rough products, and some other ones are not that great. Okay, next one. I had to test out the new Marc Jacobs Quince, right? These are not Quince. They were supposed to have revamped the formula, and they did. Oh my gosh, these are so creamy and smooth. I got number 670 Smartorial. This is definitely outside my comfort zone, but I wanted to try something that wasn't like a typical warm, cool toned palette. The shades are super soft when you swatch them, and it does deliver a lot better pigmentation than the old palettes, I think. I never purchased any of the old ones because when I went in to swatch them in the store, did not swatch great at all. I didn't feel like the pigmentation was on par for the money. He did do a really good job at reformulating the eyeshadow palettes, and I think this one is just so unique. So the white one is Whenever, and then you have No Doubt Power Platforms, which is the bright cobalt color. Make Sure, For Once, They Know Who, and Runs the Show. So I really like it, and I'm actually glad that I bought it. There was another one that I wanted to try as well, which was the purple one. I didn't get that one. I think these are just phenomenal. I think Dose of Colors sometimes just does not get the recognition that it deserves. So I did talk about the Baked Browns. Amazing palette. This is fantastic for people who love neutral colors and neutral shades. Oh, look at those shades. Are so beautiful. So then I had to buy the Marvelous Mauves, and that is what that looks like. If you are a mauves person, if you love mauves, you will just adore this one. The shades are so incredibly soft and creamy. I don't know what that is. So this is probably one of the softest matte formulas that I've ever felt. I mean, it is like buttery soft. And I mean, I fucking love I mean, look at that pigmentation. You can like purchase them at Ulta with your points. I really like these as well. So whatever route you want to go, whether it's the mauves or the neutrals, I say get both. I freaking love them. Speaking of Ulta, I did buy this and I love it. I've never heard anyone talk about it, and this is from Makeup Revolution. This is $10, so you can't go wrong. And this is the Golden Sugar 2 palette, Rose Gold. So this is all blushes. Oh my gosh. And they are mainly like highlighters. Like I feel like these right here are highlight shades, and these two are more of like a neutral, I would say neutral blushes. Oh, so pretty though. Like if you like the nude blush shades, oh, you will, especially that one. So I'm kind of wearing like a conglomerate on my cheeks today, but I really like this palette. I think it's such a good deal for $10, and then you can get like your $3.50 off coupon. I think the highlight shades are fantastic. I like how there's like a mix of cool and warm tones in this. So that is another really, really good option. I don't know if I've talked about this one, but I love this. This is from Lime Crime, and it's the Venus palette. Talk about your bright, warm tone shades. Like I love this palette. These are all super packed with pigment as well. And I like how they have a different array of bright shades. It's kind of like a smaller version of like the Sunset and Sephora Pro palette in one. It's a mainly matte palette, so you definitely can get a million looks from it. 40 bucks. Again, such a great deal. I also got the Beauty Killer palette from Jeffree Star. I've been wanting this, and I figured that like a lot of the shades I probably wouldn't be able to wear because it's so bright, and then I'm like, screw it, I'm getting it. And I'm so glad that I did. I have talked about the Androgyny palette in another palette video that I did, and I love this one just as well. I feel like they are, I don't know, you can get like a bunch of different looks. Hot pink shade in here, and honestly, all of these are again really packed with pigment. I love the shade, and I mean, you can pretty much use all of these. It's not as bright and as unwearable as you might think at first. Like I have this one on my lid today, and I think this one on the inner corner. Just, it's so freaking pretty. His stuff is extremely pigmented, affordable. I freaking love it, and I definitely suggest this one. I mean, that would be so fun in the summer, these two shades right here for like a pop of color on your lower lash line. I talked about the Makeup Geek neutral palette. If you are wanting a really good quality, affordable palette that is all neutral, this is the one that you want. It's got pretty much all of my favorite staple shades that I wear pretty much every day, especially in the Spotlight, which is in my top 3 eyeshadows that has ever been created. Grandstand, that's another favorite of mine, so perfect for travel. I'll probably take this. This is probably the only one that I'm gonna take with me. Loving is the Aurora palette from Anastasia. So I feel like I wear this one more than I wear the Moonstone, and I did not think that I would get a lot of wear out of this because the colors are kind of darker, and it couldn't be further from the truth because they're so iridescent and pretty that it just would work on any skin tone. So I actually have Spectra right now on my cheekbones, and I love the iridescent pink finish that it gives. And honestly, like some of these would be so pretty on the eyes. This is basically like the perfect mermaid palette that dreams are made of. Sometimes I wish I could turn into a mermaid with this palette. So definitely check this one out. I don't know if this is limited edition or not, but it's one of the best palettes that I've ever used. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.